Why is the kingdom of Saudi Arabia in position?
I'm listening. Tell me.
Just so that we can have another kingdom in the Middle East. That's it. Just that. That's it. That is just. No. It was not established, for betterment of any other purpose other than a political. It's just a political agenda. That's it. It's politics. It's all politics. That's why they were established. They were established. I mean, you have it's the ijaz.
All they're doing is saying, look, if you're a member of my tribe, you can have this, and if you're not a member of my tribe, you can't have this.
Well, I think the tribalism thing, definitely has some implication, but it's more who can satisfy Uncle Sam the most. That's really what it's about. It's more about who can retain these diplomatic relations as well as they may be.
You really done lost the war now. You done lost the war, and you might as well just drape yourself in the red, white, and blue and walk around for a damn flag.
Well, I mean, you actually have, there was a Islamic college graduation, and they were walking around with a bunch of flags. They had the Canadian flag, the American flag. They claimed that, they were immersed in green and white, which are the colors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but I swear I saw a British flag there too. But it's just going back to your point. Fact of the matter is, Muslims or so-called or, people who are covering themselves as if they really are. I mean, I've never seen anything as strange. They really are walking the walk and they're talking the talk. And when I say talking the talk, they don't want to hear the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. To them, if that is coming in a statement or if that is testifying against them, then they don't want that. They feel that that's not for them. It's always supposed to be in their favor. Almost like do whatever it is that you want to do, and the Quran is supposed to be in your favor no matter what. Whenever it's told or whenever it's made clear to you that the Quran is testifying for you, against you, all you have to do is say that you don't want to listen to it anymore. No, I mean, you got some very serious, situations going on. I mean, I never thought it would ever get to a point where, people will have the actual, sense and nerve to say what they're saying and consider themselves worshiping Allah. I never thought. Again, he clearly states, what the characteristics. He said, there's nothing he left out. He didn't leave anything out as far as characteristics of the believers. He did not leave any characteristic out of the non-believers. He didn't leave any characteristics out of the hypocrites. In fact, he didn't even leave his own characteristic. He didn't leave his own character out of the Quran. That's how clear he made it. If you study the Quran, you see Allah's character in it. Now, what makes you think that you can say or behave a certain way that was unknown to Allah? What makes you believe that you out-thought, you out-executed your Creator? What makes you think that? Shaitan, man, Iblis, man. He's got these people, practically under martial law or something. But that's why we're using the Quranic revolution to break it out. That's why we have the Quranic revolutionary movements happening to break loose of this mess. We're not backing down. We're not there for any reward of the people. We're not asking for any salary from the people. Anyway, we are, we're there for the reward of Jalla Jalaluhu alone. With Allah is much better. You know, Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam called the people for 950 years. Why do you think we're told about that? So we can drink around, or we can sit around and just drink coffee and then claim that it's too tough around here, we got to go somewhere else. You know, I'm not making a good living, you know, fi sabilillah around here, so I got to, no, we're told so we know what striving. But the problem is, again, people do not know what it means to strive. People do not understand the elements of striving. They have people.
Realistically, we may think that we may think that we are in a locality because of our desires, but if we have really submitted to Allah, Allah has us exactly where He wants us to be.
Thank you very much.
Doing exactly what we should be doing.
I mean, that's what he. See, the problem again, when an individual or when, you know, the party, whoever it is, do not realize who they are. They don't spend any time learning about themselves. They don't spend any time talking to their soul. They don't spend any time contemplating with their brains about what it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us for. People have a bad day because of the fact that, you know, they didn't make any money. People have a bad day because of the fact that, you know, they all of a sudden have a headache. People have a bad day because somebody, you know, rubbed them the wrong way. You know, and they didn't like that. So the day went sour from there on out. But none of that is to be, you know, taken into heart. None of that is to deter an individual from worshiping and sensing the love that they have from the Creator. As long as we have the air to breathe and we have the means to thank our Creator, there's no reason for us to be feeling deprived by anybody else. I mean, do you know that Dawood alayhi salatu wasalam said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how can I thank you for giving me the ability to thank you? So we cannot thank Allah enough, and by thanking Him, He increases us. He promises us forgiveness and bounties from Him, but instead you're going to take the worst deal, which is, you know, false promises and these luxuries that are temporary, you know, and that's the sad part. The shaitan, he threatens us with poverty. He threatens people with poverty. You know, husband and wife, all of a sudden the wife says, you know, there are other men out there, and it's always a lie. The sins always start with a lie. I mean, the lie. The intent is always a lying intent. But when he gets in between, it's always about, you know, again, the grass is green on the other side. So people go for what they think is better, and they leave what they should be content with. Literally. And of course, the other problem is that bidding the people to do evil deeds, you know, and not being resentful of evil deeds, you know, and making the person be satisfied with sinning and being persistently involved in sin, you know. In the worldly luxuries, some are things that people can never get enough of. They can never become as satisfied. I mean, they're always dissatisfied no matter how much they get. They always want a little more. You know, that's the problem right there. You know, when are you going to have enough, or when are you going to feel like you have enough of what it is that you set out to get? Never, right? You're always going to be going after more. Why? Why? Because you fear being poor. So that's what that is. But it's very interesting.
Well, you really said a lot of, you said a lot of intelligent things right now. You're giving more than food purport.
No. Yours truly is far from it. We're just, conveying, the message, the memo that Jalla Jalaluhu sent to you and me. We're just being, reminding of that. Because reminder helps the believing,
What is that, Jalala, that Arabic that you saying? What does that mean?
Jalla Jalaluhu,
Yeah,
the sublime most majesty.
the sublime most majesty. I know Allah on the island, and then he went into Azwajan, and now you saying the sublime, and sublime and what?
Most majesty. Is the all majestic.
Okay, got it.
Jalla Jalaluhu. Ya Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. Ya Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. That's one of his attributes. Dhul Jalali.
Yeah.
Wal Ikram. Okay, well, no problem, inshallah. We're going to pick it up, inshallah, from here one day.
Man, I enjoyed the conversation.